Greetings, comrades. Team Nozar here with a special little vlog. Today, me and my wife actually pre-ordered these, but we pre-ordered the Commander 2017 decks. My wife has the cat deck, and I got the Draconic Domination. She actually already opened hers, so I'm going to open mine. But I'm going to open mine on camera, because I'm cool like that.
No, I can't resist open things.
I don't know if you guys could hear her or not, but she's here. I'm about to knock my camera over. Probably should have got my table out for this, but of course, with every commander set, you get an oversized card of your commander. These normally run for like $2. They're mostly for collectors. I never use the oversized cards, so I'm going to set that over here. And then, of course, you get a deck box, which I'll show you. I actually like this one. I am hoping in the near future to get the deck box with my commander on mine and the one for Crystal with hers. And then, of course, you get a cool little pamphlet. I won't bore you guys with it, but I am going to open it and show it to you. And it'll talk about each one of your commanders. Like, there's the Dragon. If I can get the bloody thing open. And then it's got all the other commanders on it that you can use. Now, this commander here, the Cat Dragon, actually cannot be the commander of the deck because it's a tricolor deck, or tricolor creature. But the other two that they show, Ramos and Vengeful Spirit, they can. And then, of course, on the back, how to play your deck, and then all this cool stuff. Now, on the internet, there was a thing online that I saw, and then here's the back of it. It's a little... But on the internet, they were talking about how they had another little booklet, and it would show you how to like play the deck against other decks, like the quick reference guide, which I'm not going to show you guys because that's in every...
Right here.
She's saying it is right here. Let's see. Nope, that's the introduction. It's the middle one. It is commanded... Nope, that's not the one I was talking about either. There was one that I saw online where it showed like pictures of the cards, kind of like how the Yu-Gi-Oh cards used to be. And then of course you have your 100 card deck plus tokens, which I can't see my tokens at the moment. This deck right now, now when the decks were first announced, the prices were very retarded. And I'm sorry to use that word, but that's like the best way I can describe it. People were selling, like, when I pre-ordered my deck was almost $50, and they're supposed to go for $39.99. And then my wife's deck was $45, $46. So I don't know what the prices are now, but if you go to like Walmart or most of your game stores, they'll be $39.99. So my first card I get is my commander, the Dragon. And then the Vengeful Spirit, or Vengeful Kami, Ramos Dragon Engine, which is really cool looking. Holy cow. That looks really cool foil. I don't know if you guys can see that. But those are the three commanders that I can run. Oh, my rats are comatose. I was distracted. And then they give you double-sided tokens, which is nice. I do like it. Stay. So they have gold, and then a 4/4 dragon, a 6/6 dragon, which is nice because I've been needing those tokens. The cute little toothless cat dragons. You have to watch How to Train My Dragon for that reference. And then, of course, more 4/4, 6/6 dragons, gold. So those tokens will definitely be used, especially after I upgrade the deck, which I'll talk about in probably later videos. So now we have my curse, which is kind of blurry, so I do apologize for that. So the curse, this deck has 3 of the curses? Yeah. These 3 curses here, it's a set, there's 5 of them, there's 1 for each color, and they're pretty fun. from what I've watched and observed. And then we have Herald's Horn, Mirror Forebearers, Order. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this card. It's a bird monk. Whenever he comes out, if I reveal a dragon, I can draw a card. Dragon Lord Servant, Dragon Speaker Shaman, Cultivate, Elemental Bond, which this card here allows me to draw a card if a creature enters my battlefield with power 3 or greater. Well, there's another card out there. Wow, my camera's really blurry, which my wife warned me about. But there's Timur, I think that's how you say it. Ascension, which ups the power to 4, but it gives all your creatures haste. So I will probably end up switching that out for this. Farseek, Konda's Reach, which Konda's Reach and Cultivate are 2 staple cards for green, which I was kind of shocked that they put that in this commander deck, because this commander deck right now, if you bought all these singles, I want to say Tapped Out said it's $75, so you'd be making money if you sold all these cards. Now, will someone buy them is the question, and I'm losing my voice already. Rain of Thorns, Savage Mintmoth, which is actually a really, really broken card. I actually have on Tapped Out a infinite combat phase with this card, because he gives you 6 mana, and then there's a Aggravated Assault, I think is the name of the card, and you tap 6 mana and you get a second combat phase. So this card's broken. And then Armorel Spear, Commander Spear, Dark Ingot, Dreamstone Hedron, which you guys can hardly see, Lightning Greaves, which is another really good card. Equipped a creature has haste and shroud, equip cost 0, and it's a 2-drop. Really good card. I was shocked that they put that in the Dragon deck too, personally. The Neil Spellbound, I don't understand why this card was in this deck. It kind of feels like a filler, personally, because none of the decks are really graveyard based. I could be wrong. Soul Ring, every deck has Soul Ring, which I'm still shocked that this is a $2 card. Wayfarer's Bauble, and then of course Mountain. Fortunate Few, good board, well, not a good board wipe per se, but it's a board wipe nevertheless. Scale Lord Reckoner, Kindred Discovered, which is going to be a new staple, I feel, for blue tribal decks. Boneyard Scourge, which I really like, a 4/3 that comes back if a dragon dies. Territorial Hellkite, yeah, you can't choose who you attack with, but it's a 6/5 for 4 mana, so I like it. Fractured Identity, a good political card, but I don't feel like it should have been in this deck. I feel like it probably should have been in all honesty, white and blue for this style of card. I feel should have been maybe blue and black, but it's Wizards. Now there's 2 versions of the Timogram. There's the black and blue version and the white and blue version. This one is really blurry on my camera, so I apologize again. But this one's not too bad, but I feel like he's not dragon material personally. He's more instants and sorcery. And then here's the cat dragon that I was talking about. The 5 mana cost Jund creature. Personally, I still like Cathus for my Jund commander, but that's just me. Russo the Falling Star. Really shocked that this is a cheap card. I mean, when he dies, deals 5 damage to each creature with flying, or without flying, I'm sorry. And then Scourge of Alkis, which kind of saddens me that this card was reprinted, because I actually just bought one thinking that it wasn't going to get reprinted, because this was a $6 or $7 card at the time, so I didn't think they were going to reprint this card, but they did. Ultra Hellkite, 6/6, major player in Dragon decks. Sorry if you guys heard that. The Sunscorch Regiment. 5 mana for a 4/3 that gives you 1 life and a +1/+1 counter when people cast spells is not bad, but not good, in my opinion. Then, of course, they gave you... Oh, I thought they were going to be nice and give me all my sieges. Ah, my camera fell. This is going to be a horrible video. I apologize. But I'm still going to publish it because I'm horrible like that. The siege, there's 3 sieges in this deck, all of which aren't bad. I like the siege cards, but I feel like this deck's mostly just throwing all the con cards together and just saying, here, have fun. I mean, here's another con card. Crux of Fate, which I have foiled. Destroy all dragons or destroy all non-dragons. Deathbringer Regent, another board wipe. Painful Truth, which I don't see why they put this card in here. Why not put a different draw card? Because this one has Converge. You draw X cards equal and lose X life, where X is the number of colors mana spent to pay this. So, I wish my camera would stop falling. So the most you can get for this card here is 3 cards. There are other cards that are like that. And then, of course, the Palace Siege. And you might be wondering, I'm now sitting on my knees, so this is going to be even more awkward. Crucible of Fire. Good dragon card. Gives all my dragons +3/+3. Not that you need to make the dragon stronger. Dragon Tempest. Earthquake. Hellkite Charger. Now, I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can see these cards. It'll be to the Wizards of the Coast official website, so you can see all the decks in their glory. So, Tyrants, familiar, because right now this is very blurry, and I, again, apologize. Frontier Siege. The Otkar, I'm butchering these names. World Render gives all my dragons double strike when he attacks, which is really nice. Bladewing the Risen. He's a raisin. He kind of looks like a raisin if you look at him. He gives all my dragons +1/+1. Broodmate Dragon. Honestly, I wish instead of giving us this one, they would have given us the Brood Mother, but I'll take this one. I'll probably take him out for the Brood Mother. She's a lot better in my opinion. Croesus the Purger. Gromicko the Internal. I really like her. Bolster 2 is a good ability in my opinion. And with her Bolster 2, it's whenever a dragon attacks. So if multiple dragons attack, I get multiple... I want to say, I'm going to have to look up that ruling, but I'm pretty sure if I attack with 2 dragons, I get Bolster twice. But I have to look up that ruling, so don't quote me on that just yet. Annette the Dreamer. Kolaghan the Storm's Fury, which is by far my favorite Dragon Lord. I wish Dragon Lord Kolaghan was a lot better than what they made her. Yeah, she gives all creatures haste, and yeah, she makes it to where if you play a card in your graveyard or play a card from your hand that's already in your graveyard, she deals 10 damage. But Commander, she's kind of weak, which is kind of sad because I really like this artwork, and she's red and black, which is my colors. And then Niv Mizzet, the Drago Genius, which I'm glad that they put this card in this deck and not the other one, because I don't like the other one. Tap to do 1 point of damage, no, it's tap to draw and then you deal 1 point of damage, where this one is whenever it deals damage to a player, you may draw a card. So whenever it attacks, you get to draw a card. Whenever he activates his ability, you get to draw a card. So I like that one better than tap draw card, oh, you dealt 1 point of damage. Then you have the Soul of Winter, which I think we have like 3 copies of this card in our rare binder. So, not as rare as people think, because we didn't really buy a lot of Dragons of Tarkir or, no, Fate Reforged. That was the set it was in. Whenever it attacks, tap a non-land permanent an opponent controls, it doesn't untap. I mean, it's a good card, don't get me wrong, but kinda underwhelming, so it'll probably be one that I cut. Scion of the Dragon. This is a staple dragon. He's a good commander, but he's a toolbox commander, and I don't like him. I'm not a fan of him. Yeah, tap 2 mana, search my library for a dragon, and discard it, and he pretty much cosplays as the dragon. Well, guess what? I don't like that, because then the deck's revolving around him, and that kind of makes the deck boring. Yeah, it's competitive, yeah, it's fun, but it's boring. I want a dragon army. I want massive dragons. I don't want just one dragon who becomes all my dragons. And then the Drifting Death, he is a board wipe on a stick, especially if I have multiple dragons, because whenever a dragon attacks, each creature a defending player gets -1/-1 until end of turn. So when multiple dragons attack, it activates. So that's why I said I think Bolster activates multiple times. Spellbound Dragon, he pretty much draws me cards, or yeah, draw a card and then discard a card. Again, another dragon I'm going to cut because I don't like to loot my deck. I like to draw and keep all my cards. The Harvester, I'll probably keep this one because he's good recursion. Fist of Sunstone, which I did not even know this card existed until this deck came out. Instead of paying mana cost, I can just pay 1 red, 1 green, 1 black, 1 blue, and 1 white for the card, which is nice. Steel Hellkite, another good board wipe. Crucible of the Spirit Dragon, Heaven of the Spirit Dragon, another random mountain, swamp, 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 forest, 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 plains, 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 island, island, island. Path of Ancestry. I like this card. I wish it didn't come out tapped. That's my only complaint about it. It's pretty much another command spear or command tower, except it comes out tapped, and then whenever a creature that shares a creature type with my commander comes out, I get to scry 1 if I use this card. Now comes my big complaint about this deck. It's the complaint that most people say, but I have literally every single tri-color planned. They all come out tapped. This deck, the commander itself makes all my dragons cost 1 less. But when you give me 10 cards that come out tapped, and actually there's more than that, because I think 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, there are 16 cards that come out tapped. So I'm still a turn behind. So his effect, make all which you can't read but I can read, dragon spells you cost 1 less. Well, guess what? Useless. If I'm already a turn behind because my lands are coming out tapped every turn. 16 lands that come out tapped slows you down. So instead of giving us those, why not just give us more basics? Or better yet, reprint the shock lands, which need to be reprinted. Or even give us lands that tap for any color. Or lands that tap for opponent's colors. There are plenty of lands out there that they could have put in there other than the tap. That's the only complaint I have for that. And then of course the command spear. And then the last 5 that tap for any color, but they come out tapped with 2 charges on them. So that is the dragon deck. Probably in the near future, me and my wife will probably test these a few times, and then we'll film and show you guys the decks. But for the most part, I'm actually rather shocked. The cat deck and the vampire deck are the cheapest right now. And of course the dragon deck's one of the more expensive, but the wizard deck is the one that's the most expensive. I think it's hovering at like $55. And I feel like the wizard deck is actually the weakest out of the four. But that's just my personal opinion. Don't come to my house with pitchforks and torches, please. But yeah, the dragon deck, I feel wizards kinda underplayed the dragons a little bit, because the mana base is gonna be expensive to fix as is, and when they didn't give us decent lands to begin with, that kinda hurts us dragon players, but that's okay. I feel like the cat deck's gonna be the one that is the underdog. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, cats, blah blah blah. But I think the cat deck's actually the strongest one out of the four, personally, because being able to attack early, and attack fast, and hit hard can be a big game changer. But I'm an aggro player, so what do I know? But thank you guys for watching. You guys can find me on Tapped Out. You probably actually are watching this video on Tapped Out, so you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Add Me Fast, Patreon, and of course YouTube. So thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.